Alright, so here I am sitting here minding my own business. I'm actually kind of trying to take the day off because my cold's still really bad and I'm still fighting through that. Wednesday is a low priority day for me anyway. It's just my Yu-Gi-Oh reviews. Not a ton of people watch them. It's okay for me to miss one every once in a while, right? And then out of nowhere, Cartoon Network drops a new promo for the upcoming Steven Universe episodes. The promo is framed as a recap of everything that we need to know that we have learned in the show so far going into these new episodes, which already tells you a little bit about what's going to be featured in these new episodes as it covers everything that we have learned so far about the lore of the series. It starts out with a voiceover from Rose, giving the motto of the Crystal Gems, which I'll actually play for you guys here. I'm not going to be playing much from this promo, like actual video from the promo. I'm mostly just going to be scrumming through it and giving examples of what I'm talking about. But I will actually play this for you. And I do want to point out, though, spoilers are ahead. This literally does only recap what we've learned in the show so far, but it does so with some new clips from, I'm assuming, these upcoming episodes. And so technically that is a spoiler. We don't learn anything new here that we don't already know, but this is still technically a spoiler. So if you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch the rest of this video. I'll give you a couple seconds to decide. Okay, you gone? Everybody who doesn't want to see the rest, you gone? Good, the rest of us can get going. First of all, let's listen to Rose give the motto of the Crystal Gems.
Fight for life on the planet Earth. Defend all human beings, even the ones you don't understand. Believe in love that is out of anyone's control. And then risk everything for it.
And as far as I know, the motto of the Crystal Gems has only ever been stated in Guide to the Crystal Gems. That means that this is not from the show. They didn't just lift this from anywhere in the show. It's possible that this was already recorded by the VA, but at the very least this means we are getting new dialogue from Rose in these upcoming episodes, or at least that's the assumption that I'm making. I can't believe that they would just bring her in for this one line in this promo and not use it in the show anywhere. So already we know that Rose is going to be in these episodes and speak in these episodes at some point. The rest of the voiceover is primarily voiceover from Zach, which seems specific to the promo. It's him recapping the lore of the series up to this point. But there is one section later, which I guess I'll also go ahead and play it for you guys, that I think is different. I think is from one of the actual episodes. And I'll run through all of this on the way there. We get this scene, and it's done in this stylistic style, but it's not the same stylistic style as we got like in The Answer, for example. We can see various characters with their skin blacked out, and we can see like other details. Like we can see, obviously, this pink on Rose's sword is pink, but the blade itself, her skin is blacked out. We can see Bismuth's hammer arm here, but the some of the highlights and her tattoo is colored, but her skin itself is blacked out. Pearl's spear here, which is partially blacked out, her skin is blacked out. And I'm assuming this is Garnet's gauntlet, the very first version of that she ever formed. Again, you can see her skin and part of the weapon is blacked out, but most of it is not. We're going to be getting this art style a lot in these flashback scenes. What the trailer does is it runs through and it shows scenes from the series as we've seen them up to this point, to recap things that we already know about the show, but it's interspersed with these new scenes, like this one with a new version of the diamond insignia that we haven't seen before, which actually gives accurate silhouettes of the diamonds, as well as what looks like an accurate scale, showing definitively that not only is pink much smaller, but white is much bigger than blue and yellow diamond, as well as this graphic depicting gems either being implanted in or emerging from a planet's surface, and a graphic of Pink Diamond choosing the Earth as her first colony. We get this other scene of Rose among other gems. I don't know if these are supposed to be Homeworld gems or her crystal gems, but you can see once again she has her skin blacked out. She's done in that same kind of style, which allows for more detail but still a simplified image. Whereas the rest of these are done in that cutout style that we saw of Homeworld gems from The Answer, unimportant Homeworld gems from The Answer. So I'm thinking this might be the moment she decided to break away from Homeworld. That these might be her Homeworld peers back here, and she is more detailed because she, as the character of focus, is deciding that she wants to break away from them and forge her own path. We get some more scenes that we've already seen, but then it leads into this shot of crystal gems fighting homeworld gems. You can even see a crystal gem here with one of Bismuth's swords fighting against a fused ruby. And you can kind of tell them apart. Any gem with a weapon is, I would assume, a crystal gem. So that you got another one there. Then we cut ahead here, and this is one of the most interesting shots, I think, in the entire thing. It's once again kind of a combination of styles between the answer flashback and this new flashback style. But that's because it specifically takes two shots, one from the answer and one from, I'm assuming, one of these new upcoming episodes. We have Rose as she's getting ready to attack the fused ruby that had our ruby as part of it. You can see her little smirk there. And then it cuts immediately into a scene from the new flashback episode of her drawing her sword, shattering Pink Diamond, and then putting it away. And that's one thing that this promo does, is it never once questions whether or not Rose killed Pink Diamond. It does question later how she killed Pink Diamond, but it never questions whether or not she did. It actually talks about the controversial statement that Bismuth made that Rose's sword couldn't shatter gems, which I still don't understand how that's possible. It's just a wedge of sharpened metal. It doesn't have any tech in it. It doesn't have any special effects applied to it. It's just a sword. If it can cut through a body, it can cut through a rock too. Considering that we have seen that gemstones are less durable than gem bodies. So I don't understand how it can possibly not be able to shatter a gem. But there are a lot of things in the show that I don't quite understand how they work, so I guess I just need to stop complaining and accept this. The point is, though, the promo does point this out, and it does question how Rose did it, but never questions whether or not she did, and that's important. This flashback shot of Rose in this simplified style, shattering Pink Diamond, though, leads into what I think is the most interesting scene of the promo. And that is a shot of Yellow Diamond, Blue Diamond, and White Diamond firing off the corruption attack, and Rose managing to save Garnet and Pearl. We can see definitively that not only was this an attack launched by the three of them in concert, not fused together, but the three of them working separately in concert. But we can see definitively here that White Diamond is her own unique entity. She's not a fusion of any other diamonds, putting to rest a couple of popular fan theories all at once. It also looks like perhaps when it was said that Rose could only save those who were closest to her, that was meant in the geographic sense, that she was only able to save Garnet and Pearl because they just happened to be standing right next to her when it happened. What I think is really interesting, though, is if we look at them here, this is not animated in that same simplified style with the darkened skin. This indicates that we may be getting more than one flashback episode in this new run of episodes, and I think that's really interesting. I can't imagine why they wouldn't try to fit all of the flashback stuff into one episode unless there's just too much of it. If there is so much new lore in these upcoming episodes that they couldn't fit it all into one episode, that has me really excited. If we scrum ahead from here, we get a lot of scenes that we've already seen, a lot of reused footage. Then we have this scene here, which seems to be another scene from the upcoming flashback episode. It looks like Rose standing in front of what appears to be her army of crystal gems. We can see back here a whole bunch of vaguely humanoid silhouettes that seem to be carrying Rose's banner. That leads directly into a scene which is implied to be her advancing towards Pink Diamond, as it leads immediately into the scene of Eyeball telling us what happened to Pink Diamond, and because it seems to share a background with this scene which shows Rose literally approaching Pink Diamond. We get more shots of Pink Diamond with the other diamonds. And then this shot here that I think is also really interesting, of what looks like Rose standing over some prime kindergarten amethysts, maybe trying to recruit them to her cause. Which leads directly to this shot of Rose standing on a broken injector with what looks like amethysts in the foreground, and she does seem to be speaking to them. Guys, this proves definitively that Rose was not made on Earth. The prime kindergarten was the first kindergarten on Earth, and here we have Rose attacking it, seemingly as the gems which were made there were emerging. This means that Rose was already active as a rebel when those gems emerged. Therefore, she was not made on Earth. She could not have been made on Earth. It's not possible. And that's really about it. I mentioned that there is a line of dialogue from Garnet, which I think is lifted from the episode. I'll play that for you now.
The Diamonds launched a direct attack against Earth, and in their fury, they used their powers to end the fighting, once and for all.
This implies that at least some portion of the flashback is going to be told from Garnet's perspective, just like in The Answer. I'm hoping, though, that it's being told from both hers and Pearl's perspective, because not only were both of them there, but I think Pearl needs more involvement in this lore-related stuff. But then again, maybe it's not even possible for her to talk about the past. Maybe Garnet is the only one who deals with these flashback-style episodes because she's the only one who can. Who knows? The point is, this is all super interesting stuff. Again, this trailer doesn't tell us anything that we don't already know. We know that Rose rebelled. We know that she fought back against homeworld gems on Earth. We know she attacked Pink Diamond. We know she raised an army. We know that the Diamonds launched the corruption attack in a final desperate attempt to stop her. These are all things that we know. We are just being shown them now as well. Though I do want to point out there are a couple of shots in this trailer which do seem to be scenes from new episodes that aren't flashbacks of things we already know about. One is this shot of Steven seemingly at the lighthouse looking through a telescope, and he sees on the moon, it looks like at least, the barn, showing us that we are going to be getting at least one Lapis episode in this upcoming run of episodes. The other scene is this one here of Sadie and her new friends, her new band. It doesn't tell us as much, just implies that we are going to be getting an episode of them. So it's not as if there isn't anything new here at all, it's just, I don't consider it all that important. What we do learn here, though, is that these episodes are going to be significant. We're not just going to be getting more build-up towards lore and then more towny episodes. We're going to be getting actual lore here. I am sure, 100%, that even though they didn't show us anything here that we didn't already know, that we couldn't already piece together for ourselves, that there is actually going to be stuff in these episodes that we didn't know about already. I'm super psyched about these episodes. They're airing on April 9th, though at least one of them is going to be available early on the app on March 26th, so keep that in mind. Guys, if you have seen this promo, what do you think of it? Do you think it shows too much? Do you think it shows too little? Has it gotten you hyped for these new episodes? Do you plan to watch the episodes early on the app? Overall, I think this was a great promo from Cartoon Network. I'm super happy they released it. I don't think it showed us too much at all, and it has gotten me very excited. But either way, guys, let's get a discussion about this going in the comment section down below or over on my Discord, though keep it to the spoiler section there if you can. Either way, this has been AJ22, and I will talk to you guys later.